Math, it's now start of March. How do you think the season's going for both sides?
Well, I think both are doing pretty well. KSB United have had a much better, much more enjoyable season than last year. That's down to a few things. Firstly, it was a very, very difficult division last year. There was teams who are doing brilliantly in the third division now who were, very difficult opposition. But I also think that we've improved the squad with both new players and the players that we had have improved themselves as well. So KSB United's been a real success, going great guns. There's still a chance of automatic promotion, but I think we'd be happy with the progression that's been made so far. In terms of KSB, I think we've done pretty well. We've maybe not quite hit the heights in terms of some of the football that we've played how we did last year. But in truth, I think it may have been a little more tough Division 2 than quite a few of us were expecting. I think there are a couple of teams at the bottom who've really struggled, but then the rest of the division is fairly evenly matched, and we're now just seeing a couple of teams pulling away at the top, and we're going to have a fight on our hands to go up. I mean, it's still possible, but I mean, it is a tough division, and I think where we are is not to be frowned upon.
I think at the moment, well, certainly People's Church and St Elizabeth's are above K Street now. Some people might be saying why they're above us when they finished below us last season. We haven't played People's Church yet, but those are certainly games that we need to be winning, would you say?
Yeah, they are. I mean, I think just as with last season with KSB, every game is winnable. Definitely in the division that we're playing, every game is tough, as you'd expect. But St Elizabeth's, we were thrashed 6-1 in the away game, and that was a really disappointing match. We didn't play anywhere near the level that we can do, much as what happened last year. Unfortunately, it's those sort of results that may just leave us with a bit too much to do in terms of promotion. But as I say, it's still possible, and if we can win those games, then who knows what can happen. And each game that we go into now, if we just aim to win the next game and see where that takes us, then who knows what can happen at the end of the season.
It's obviously a tough match on Saturday. Defeat to Ramsbottom, narrow defeat, but it is now one win in maybe the last 5 or 6, isn't it? I mean, is that something that needs to be shaken up, perhaps?
Well, I mean, I think we've been unfortunate in some of those games. I think we were unfortunate against Ramsbottom. I don't think they played better than we did. I think they were just more effective. Perhaps more effective up front with they played it long quite a lot to their number 10, who did really well. He's a very good player. We've got quality up there as well, but at the moment we're just struggling to harness that, and we perhaps struggle to create as much as we can do. So yeah, that was disappointing. The last KSB League game against Pennington was, I thought we played some good football and we were back to somewhere near our best. But yeah, at the moment we're maybe not firing on all cylinders. So something for the team of selectors to have a look at.
Because last season continuity was definitely the key for KSB, wasn't it? But maybe there's a few KSB United players who are knocking on the door, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't go unnoticed. I'm sure that the likes of Phil Butterworth, Simon Kavanagh, Ryan Clark. There's loads. I could name loads who've been consistently good for KSB United this season. And when you're playing in KSB, I'm sure if you're maybe not thinking you're playing at your best, you might be looking over your shoulder a little bit. But that's what we want. We don't want it to just be too set. 11s. We want it to be people competing, people wanting to get in that KSB team. But at the same time, if you drop down into KSB United, not seeing that is some big insult on you. It's just because that's the way it's going. Maybe you're not quite playing with as much confidence as possible. But if you do end up playing for KSB United, then as I found this season, it's a really good team to play for, and had some cracking games there.
I think the attitude's probably improved with the KSB United squad. Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I do think a part of that is it's been more enjoyable and the games have been a lot closer. But yeah, there's been a lot more togetherness. I don't know. Yeah, it's just been a more positive place to play in, and the team spirit's been better than it was last year.
So there's, as you say, everything's still up for grabs technically. What would be a sort of ideal finish, in a realistic way for both teams?
Well, it's a tough question, but for KSB United, I mean, we'd still love to get promoted. It may just be a little bit beyond us because those top two really, really done well. I mean, I've been a bit surprised by how well both Manchester Central and Eden Eccles have done. So I think if we finished in third place, or even fourth place, then that would be a great season, really great season. For KSB, again, similarly, if we finish in the top half, that will have been a good season. But those top two teams aren't out of sight yet, so promotion is still a possibility.